halfway house Sunday morning, probably about 7:30. My cousin's in town. He's staying in Green, so went and met him and played some guitar and drank some beer and jumped in the river and had a blast. I just got home a little while ago. Figured I'd make a video before I crash out. Start with the Imperial, I guess. I'm back at Troxel Automotive, kind of fucking Yellow Jackets. I don't know if you see those fuckers, but I almost got stung earlier. I've been back at Troxel Automotive, doing a lot of old school shit, some diesel shit, some four-wheel drive shit. But he's kind of the Mopar whisperer. He really is an expert. I'm not that young anymore, but he's about my age, and he's a fucking, he knows his shit. So, especially with Mopar. So he's gonna finish this one off for me. The owner's down for it. I'm down for it. Get the fuck out of here. Noah's down for it. He loves this car. Well, fuck, I probably love this car more than anybody, but so it'll be done right. Not that I couldn't do it right or wouldn't do it right, but I just don't have time. It's too fucking hot, seriously. So yeah, we're gonna pick this thing up here in a couple days and finish it off. I don't see it taking more than a week or two to be done with it. So once that thing's gone, get the Star Chief back in. I think I'll rewire it first, then pull the motor back out, and I want to repaint the motor and redo all the repaint all the shit underneath the hood, because it was tits when I first built this thing, man. It was fucking awesome, and now it just looks like it's a fucking looks like it's been sitting for 50 years, and I guess it's been sitting for about 10 years, but yeah, so get the wiring done, repaint everything under the hood. I'm gonna leave the fucking body alone for now. Fuck it. I wish this fender wasn't spray painted, but because the rest of the car is fucking perfect patina. It's tits. It really is a solid car. I don't know if you can really tell. I love the stance of it. It's fucking exactly what I wanted. I cut half a coil out of the front. I put brand new springs and new isolators in the rear. And it's got, I think they're 28 or 29 inch cheaters. To me, that sits fucking tits. Do the same thing with the wagon, pretty much. I won't do the fender well exit headers, but I do have a set of Riviera headers that I'm going to try to fit. If they don't fit, I'll probably just go with, manifolds. I'm not going to go that radical with this one, but, it'll be a 4-speed, cheater slicks, kind of the same little rake, slightly lowered in the front, slightly raised in the rear, that kind of shit. I did get a dual quad, factory dual quad intake for it, 65 or 66. So I'll run that. I did get if you follow 59 Buicks, you know that, ooh, a little crusty. Obviously the dash pads are always fucked. This one's actually not that bad compared to most of them, but apparently the early 59s had a solid dash, and fucking believe it or not, I had a buddy in Ohio that had one, and so I snagged that shit up quick, because that shit's hard to find. But and I always wanted one of those. This is my third 59 Buick. Never had one with the solid dash, but that one does. So, or it's going to have one. So I snagged that shit. Yeah, I spent pretty much a couple hours yesterday searching the entire fucking internet, trying to find a 59 Buick wagon for sale, and I didn't find one single one for sale anywhere. eBay, Craigslist, Facebook, nothing. Not a single fucking one. So basically, last video I said I was selling shit, trying to make room, make money for a certain car. Well, that certain car didn't work out, and it was a 1970 GTO 404 speed. I've been trying to buy it for years and years and years. I won't go into the whole fucking story, but basically it was a title issue. The previous owner ended up buying it back, but I was promised that car for a long time, and the guy I was trying to get it from, he tried really hard to get me that car, but I don't know. I guess mechanics liens are damn near impossible these days, and he couldn't do an abandoned deal. He couldn't do a fucking bonded title, and basically this chick fucking brought it in for work and didn't contact him for 13 years, and they lowered the price for their, their standard storage rate per day, and even then she owed like $19,000 in storage fees, and she was kind of pissed about it. But I mean, fuck, they didn't hear from her for like 13 years, I think he said. So he cut her a deal. She bought the car back, basically. So it sucks for me, but I don't want to buy a car that ain't fucking mine. But anyway, so I got some cashola because I had some cash saved for that. And basically the point of the story is that if I could spend that money on a nicer wagon, I'd like to do that. But no, there's none for sale. They don't fucking exist. Not a single one for sale. I didn't find one single one for sale. Obviously this is a huge project. This thing needs fucking everything. But if you want a 59 GM wagon, then you're gonna have to, settle for what you can fucking find. And this is it. I mean, needs everything. It's not a nice car. And then it's got so many just, wagon only fucking parts like this shit, I'll never find that. That doesn't exist. Even that, there's one on eBay for $225 for the fucking gas cap alone. As you can see, this shit's all rotted out. That's where the hinges are. I know this hinge, the side hinge is completely rotted off. I pulled all this trim off myself. It's in there. I have all the trim for the car. I did get this shit working, which I think is the fucking coolest part about it. Needs some lube, but it does work. I got it to roll down. It's not a 9-passenger. I wish it was. See my naked ass here. What else? Nothing really. I do have a set of pedals for it, which I could not fucking believe I found, so I jumped on that shit. Again, non-existent parts that somehow I fucking stumbled upon. Yeah, it's a fucking project, man. But obviously I'm dedicated. I mean, this is my dream car. Like, I like a 70 GTO. I like a fucking, 57 Lincoln Premier. I like, 61 Continentals, whatever. I mean, there's some cool shit out there, but this is my fucking dream, and they do not exist. Seriously, impossible to find. You will not find another one for sale. If you do, you better fucking tell me about it, because I'll buy it, because this one's way more work than I want to do, but don't have another option. So if you want to build your dream, then you need to fucking build your dream, and you're stuck with that. Star Chief. This one I'm trying to get ready. I did get it all legal again. It's been a while. Trying to get ready to go to California, go pick up that 60 Buick wagon. I think I looked up the production numbers, and the 60 wagons are actually more rare, but I swear to God, you find those motherfuckers way more often than the 59s for whatever reason. And as similar as they are, like, dude, there's no comparison. I mean, I bought it from a buddy, and it was a good deal, and that's why I snagged it. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I do have that 364. Dude, the motor looks brand new. It doesn't look like it's ever been ran, but anyway, I might throw that motor in it. The wagon's supposed to run. Well, this one was supposed to run too, but I swear to God, when I went and looked at this car, the guy told me it ran, and it didn't look like anybody popped the hood in 15 fucking years. The motor was locked up, and the guy swear he had it running last year or whatever the fuck he said. And yeah, I get it home and fucking locked up, which, I mean, I'll fucking show you. I mean, it looks like it hasn't been touched in fucking decades. But going back to what I was saying, I mean, if you want a 59 Buick, they don't fucking exist. At least a wagon. But yeah, look, the firewall is actually pretty tits. I mean, really, it's not a bad car. Good old 401. Power steering, power brakes, like most of them had. Got the weird treadle vac bullshit, which I'm gonna get rid of all that crap. Normal bullshit. But yeah, that fucking motor is locked up so fucking tight. And the dude also told me, went on and on about how tits the grill is, but Only missing that whole fucking piece over there. But I don't know if I should say what I paid for it, but I thought it was super fucking cheap. Actually, it was $200 less than I paid for my first '59 Buick, which was a 4-door sedan Electra that ran and drove, and was way nicer than this. But this is way more rare, and this is 13 years later, so can't really complain. But anyway, it's time to fucking go to bed. It's time for Mimi time. But yeah, I'd like to get that stance out of that. Everybody, they bag them or, lower them or whatever, but I don't want that. I want that slight rake that with some cheaters, it's fucking cool. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna do on the rear because these are enclosed drive lines, and doing a 4-speed, I'm gonna have to go with an open drive line. So I've got the 61 323 third member for it. Really don't know if I'm gonna do honestly, I'm probably gonna do a leaf spring, just which I haven't seen anybody do it, which I don't know why. Everybody 4-links them, which is way better, but it's just so much more work. And I mean, this thing's leaf sprung. It's got like 7-foot long fucking leaf springs, and it rides fucking tits, and it's so easy. So I don't see a reason not to leaf spring this one. People go with 9-inch and all that bullshit, but way cheaper, obviously. But it's cool to have the original rear end. So I think I'm gonna go that route. Probably just leaf spring it, something like this. Some long ass fucking leaves that ride tits. Anyway, time for Mimi's. Here's the fucking fleet. All the turds. Seriously, nothing cooler than a fucking '59 Buick wagon. Absolutely nothing. But yeah, I'm trying to get that 60 wagon here in the next couple months. I think it's almost the same color too. And I haven't seen that car in 7 years, over 7 years. But from what I remember, it's nicer than this one. So I don't know. I kind of wanted to fix it up and keep it, have fucking matching 59, 60 wagons. But I think realistically, I'll probably try to get it running and driving and try to sell it and fund this thing. Can't keep them all, dude. And I mean, as you can tell, I got so many fucking vehicles here. Can't keep them all. So I'd like to fund the wagon, the 59 wagon, get it fucking, start the metal work, which will probably take fucking years. But like I said, if you want one, you gotta fucking build one. They don't fucking exist. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. See y'all.